Well, I hope that y'all got a chance to go over and check out the live streamers. They had a live streamer on the 4 different convoys that shut down different highways. I don't know exactly where they did the shutdown, what highways. But it's like, well, I thought it was going to be a whole lot more intense than 30 minutes. Or I would have joined them. I mean, I could handle sitting in the car on the highway for 30 minutes. The animals would have been okay too. So, I guess that's what you call peaceful protest. Having one lane open and allowing traffic to continue to flow. I think the cars need to be billboards as to why we are stopped. If people don't know why we're stopped on a highway, it kind of defeats the purpose, you know? And, well, yeah, freedom, it should be the vehicles that are traveling really should have not a repetition of messages, but to coordinate messages and what messages are where on the vehicles. You know, should the vehicles be spaced further apart so that people can see the messages? Should the messages be well, Crystal, I agree. I definitely agree that it was a success for like the first one. It definitely was. I thought it was going to be a little bit more intense. But for what was done, you know, I said I didn't know exactly and really didn't want to know because of, but had I known what was planned, I would have taken the animals and we would have gone down and, you know, we would have. So that was a cool thing. We were up sitting in the shade and I was watching other streams as too, and dang it, I only caught one of the shutdowns, and that was Big D's, and who was that, Oreo and Wyckoff's. They were 2 of the live streamers there. I saw that, don't know whose, but I think that Big D is the only one who they stayed for a full 30 minutes. Oh, Jalen's group. I didn't know who was leading that group. Yes, sir, indeed, I am in a shady spot. Yeah, yeah. Um, that, yeah. Now, I was also thinking of what happens, like way back in 97, I participated in a 900-mile Veterans March from Melbourne, Florida to Washington, D.C. And we walked up 95, and it was only two carried the American and the POW flag walking up um, 95. And it's like, could that be? But there again, that's also unarrestable because we were arrested for walking on 95, but that was just in South Carolina. Would they do the same? Could you do that on one exit? Is that real safe? That's another, question. Because you really do have to consider safety when you're doing something of such. Like, well, yeah. I figured Santa would stay 30 minutes. That's a good one. Yeah, it looked like it was definitely, like I said, good for the first. But the only thing is, by the time it was out there, it was over. So yeah, people can go back and watch it again. Yeah, I guess it was that was one of the reasons why I didn't go, because of being arrested for impeding traffic. And it's just the idea of getting arrested and, of course, impounded. And yeah, I just guess I reminded myself why I didn't go. Yeah, I'm sure they are too. Because my luck, I've got Murphy as an uncle. So if I would have gone, it would probably have been a whole lot hotter like it was the last couple of days. And with no AC in the car, that would have been horrible. Oh, that's so cool. Cop showed up with Santa, was smiling and waving at everyone. That is cool. Well, good. At least they are, understanding that we do back our officers. We know how important our officers are, our sheriffs. Hello, Rhodey. How are you? You awake now? Huh? You awake now? She said hi. Well, really, it was like, can I sit on your lap now? So that's what she's doing. She's sitting on my lap, just hanging out. We're in the shade, and I was in the shade earlier over on the other side of the reefer trailer, but I noted the neighbor, or the, whether he's owner or whatever of the other property, had come, and it was only then that I realized, oh sugar, I'm parked on the other side of the cones. And that was pretty much the only Emergency road vehicle come up and directing traffic. Oh, wait, cool. I think it was D's that I had seen a roadside vehicle also. So that's really cool. That's well, that's one way to do a peaceful protest. Hey man, we's coming. We're trying to wake up the people. The government is what the government is. The issue is getting the word out to the people. I didn't see Frankie Bobby. I don't know how late he was here last night. I know that it was late night last night, and I couldn't believe the convoy left out on time today. No, I did not take an oath. I was sitting in my car making sure it wasn't too hot with my animals, and there was a truck that was left running for the whole rally. So I couldn't hear the speakers, I couldn't stream the speakers, and I didn't really know what was going on, and I felt that it was better if I was not going, that I should not go to hear their plans. That way I could honestly say I didn't know. Yeah, I was awake at 5:30, and it was like real quiet, and I'm like, okay, cool, I can sleep for a little bit, and next thing you know, it's 6:40, and it's like, wait a minute, don't tell me they're gone already. Oh, are you what? Porsche guy? Are you Krog? Does my voice sound like a frog? Do you think I'm croaking like a frog? Little hippie came and brought her frog that she found yesterday. She's so sweet. Yeah, I'm sitting here in the parking lot. I noticed that there was a way. No. I was trying to zoom it in a little bit better, so you really don't have the whole parking lot. Well, anyhow, it is what it is. Like it or not. Oh, Porsche guy is gone already. Gotcha. What, come in and start trouble and that's it? Yeah, I do see how the beginning of peaceful protest is, much more effective than driving, and even stopping and handing out. Stopping and handing out is how many people are you meeting at that time. Whereas driving with billboards, I think you can reach more people. Good morning, Carmeli. How are you? Huh? Oh, you got that. Was definitely way more than, yeah. Yep. They definitely made a good stand, today. And now it's more understandable, the peaceful protest. And, yeah. Although there has to be other ways also. Multiple ways and means. Why I was placed in timeout. My question and comment was very respectful. What comment was that? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Crystal, don't worry if that's the comment that you, it's, I want people to have that First Amendment, and if they're stating about, what their perception of in this movement, then they really don't know what this movement is about. It's not a religious cult because I don't practice the Bible thumping religion. So I'm not the only one who's not into Bible thumping. You have atheists, you have Buddhists, you have Christians, all denominations. So to say that it's a cult, nada. That does not apply. Yeah, I do agree butterflies are free. I do. And I have that say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean, and stating what looks like in some eyes, but don't have the behind the scenes, or they're saying it, to condemn, as in the Koreshes, the Joneses, the people who are, you gotta take this oath and then you're gonna drink the Kool-Aid. Now, the only way there would be poison in the Kool-Aid is if we have a spy inside us, which, that can always be a possibility, because we know there have been spies amongst us. I'm like, dang, sugar. Here I had parked, and I saw the reflection of the sun off of the trailer that I'm parked beside, and thought, okay, there's the sun. Let's get ready to peek over, the other tractor trailer, and I got shade for a while. And then I just realized, oh, sugar. that was the other trailer that it was, oops, that it was, and yeah, I guess I should go, but we're gonna wait here, hold down the fort. Okay, some of your mods are very heavy-handed, and the wrench, with the wrench, and I enjoy your chat, exactly, GLoLady from the outside looking, and it's my perspective, accepted. I'm not heavy-handed, just from past comment. Oh, they speak like that again, so sorry. No worry, no worry. You know, and there again, forgiveness is sweet victory, you know? When you forgive, when you apologize, everybody's happy. It's like kids. That's why it's my sandbox. So say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean. But we have to have a conversation. If we can't have a conversation in a sandbox of such, well, you know, what's that book? Everything we learn, or wait a minute, what is that? Was that a kindergarten? We learn by kindergarten? Oh, sugar, I can't remember the name of that book. Just like to make sure the chat is safe. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are some where, you know, if I call that the 3 strikes you're out, you know, the 3 red flags. Yeah, it's like, you know, what do you want on, you know, to have in a chat? Well, you do want to see things from all perspectives, because that's the only way we're gonna find solutions to the problems in the world. And if we only look at the problem from one point of view, then we're never gonna agree, because we're gonna maintain our own point of view. So when we're identifying problems, we have to be open to solutions. How do we address the solutions? Well, first we find the common goal. So when people are saying, okay, here's a protest, we did a successful protest, and there's people on the outside, and it's like, what? That was it? Okay, well, what would you do if you were in charge of? Gotcha. Pushka, I was talking about burning crosses. Well, yeah, that's... There are some people who serve on the dark side. And there again, looking at it symbolically, if it were back a couple, well, more than a couple generations, I would have been burned at a frickin' stake. You know, I wouldn't be able to have my free speech like I have it now, which is, you know, really getting censored. I mean, you can talk, and yeah, people think that you're a little bit on the crazy side for some of the things, but still. Oh, I'm gonna move you over here. Gotta find a good spot to put you. Dash cam. Oop. Dash cam on a joystick. Yeah, I mean, I'm not for hate speech. That's why it's say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean. Don't say it to intentionally inflict harm on someone. That's that harm none, do as you will of Wiccan Reed and Golden Rule and how many other religions that are such. Now, the problem that we're having in society today is the people who are wishing to control everybody and everything. Hang on, let me get my headphones in and put my microphone on, because how I'm parked, it means that I have an open window that is aimed towards the highway, and 81 South is running a lot of traffic right now. Not that 81 doesn't usually run a lot of traffic, but it's been heavy all morning. Well, I mean, we know that not everybody's gonna agree, period. And that's just how it is, because we all have different personalities. And that's why I really like the astrology, because it explains the different personalities of people, and then you don't take things so personal. Yeah, you can tell that they're chihuahuas. They hang out in the sun. I mean, not that it's a real hot day, but yeah, girls are hanging out in the sun. Whoa. I have my tripod and I'm trying to find a stationary spot that I can put it, that you guys can at least have a half decent view. I'm a Pisces. Sun and Mercury and Aries rising. Aquarius, Venus, Capricorn, Mars, Neptune in Pisces, Jupiter, not Neptune in Pisces, sorry about that. Neptune in Scorpio, Jupiter in Scorpio, and North Node in Scorpio. Moon in Leo, as well as conjunct Uranus, 2 degrees off. For those of you who understand astrology, it's an interesting chart, challenging. Yeah. I have a niece that's a Leo, and Leo with our, Leo moon is your emotions, and, we Leos, the thorn in our paw. I'm like, now that I'm talking and I'm thinking, it's like, the thorn in our paw, my emotions, and could that also be the self-sabotaging, where I have a thorn in my paw and all I gotta do is take it out in regards to my relationship with my ex. It's and there again I have I had made what I call my sayings and made them into magnets. And the one was victim, volunteer. If you're not held by force, quit your bitching. So, not that I was held by force. Well, not that I was held by force with a shotgun. It was other ways and means. Wasn't always a physical as in. So yeah, victim volunteer. That's something that I can look at, but you can't drive forward looking in a rear view mirror. You can look at and identify. I could feel my throat getting dry and scratchy. Oh, listen. You hear horns? I'm hearing horns. Or at least I'm hearing one horn. And we will surely see at the end of the parking lot. There we go. Maybe that would work. I'm a dog. I have not gotten into Chinese as in depth as. There we go. One of the first returning. They's on their way back. Jacko in Purgatory, good morning, good morning. We are sitting at the far end of the 1776 Convoy, 1776 compound, camp, home base, whatever you prefer to call it. And you're watching the first convoy to return out of 4 separate convoys that went into DC and stopped traffic on different highways for a half an hour before moving on. I cannot tell you what today's plan is. There was no meeting. They left out, I swear, 6:30 sharp this morning. I could not believe that they actually left on time. I'm like, wow. First protest and they leave on time. That tells you something. So there were 4 different convoys that stopped traffic on major highways for 30 minutes, peacefully assembling and moving on. There was only one out of the 4 who had a bad cop, as they say, and threatened them with arrest if they did not move on. So that pretty much sums up what's going on. It was quiet at camp. I was out in the shade on the other side, and then I realized that it was on the other side of the reefer where I'm not supposed to be parked, or where there is no parking. So I guess that there will be some type of a debriefing for the convoys. So I guess that'll be something that I go back out and I think Big D gun what? So many questions. Please excuse me, I've been disconnected for a few days. Big D group about to take a lap. Oh, way cool. Way cool. I always like being in Big D's group. He definitely knows how to lead a parade. How's that? Yeah. Jacko, no worry, no worry. We're here to fill y'all in. I can't tell you numbers. That's one thing I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Butterflies. Don't know. What's his name? X-ray. There we go. I haven't seen or heard where X-ray is or any of the above. So I do know that there will be a change in security on the compound. So that's a good thing. Oh, X-ray will be here about 1. Oh, way cool, way cool. So he's coming to the camp. It's like 10:38 now. Wow, wait a minute. 10:38? 4 hours? Wow. Are you concerned Santa's rhetoric is getting a bit, excuse me, how to say aggressive? I don't know what you mean by that. By what? Saying, okay, we're getting serious, we're gonna do a protest? Explain what you mean by that. Or was it just, how am I supposed to take it? Are you saying, yeah. Just remember, say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean. We're here, I want to have fun building a sandcastle, and it takes different people with different talents to build a beautiful sandcastle. So that's why I don't want to throw anybody out, but I don't want you throwing sand either, because that's a distraction. And not only a distraction, it sometimes gets hurtful, especially if you're putting it in a ball like a snowball and throwing it. It's like, dang, you know, it could miss and knock down a whole frickin' tower that someone just detailed with precise precision. So let's all get together and let's find solutions. What problem you want to solve? What are you saying aggressive? Do you think that he should be doing things in a different form and fashion? Well, what would you do? Not just what do you think should be done. I didn't go today, but I didn't know what they were going to do. Might have been different. I might have gone. Might not. Because you never know. You might have a good one. You might have a bad one. And if you have a bad one and you stay and you're stuck behind, then you are guilt by association. So, All right. Somebody's being a little bit on the creature. Is that the creature from the last lagoon? The poor sucker was so hurt, and that's why he was so the creature. Big D rolling it. Creature. Like I said, say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean. And 3 strikes, you're out. So if you want to play by those rules, in my sandbox, be a little bit nicer. Otherwise, I will have one of my... I don't know what to call them, other than mods. And let me see. Moderating on Divine. How's that? That's a mod. Operating on Divine. So, if it's more of an evil, ill intent, the mods will take you out. I got a strike. Okay, yeah, and what kind of strike? If you don't, you need people to do a strike also. So what kind of strike are we talking? And there again, it's we want to get the message out. We don't want to take away anybody else's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's not the intent of what at least I do not see it as the intent. Yes, I do see the intent of a change in our government structures, but we have to do it in a humanitarian form and fashion. We have Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn, the teacher. Saturn, have you learned your lesson? Have you learned your lesson in Aquarius? Aquarius, the humanitarian. Have we learned the lessons to be more humane? Have we learned our lessons so that we know if we are not treating humanity in a good form and fashion, what happens? Okay, what are we talking about? No, Jakey, I'm too quick for you at Crystal. What creature? To put your 2 cents in? Is that what you're doing? Just to throw sand at Crystal? Well, that's not nice. He was just saying he was hoping Bandit was an accident. I'm sorry. I'm friends with Bandit. You start talking that way, like, I won't be friendly. I will defend him in a heartbeat. As long as any child dies on this earth, anywhere, we are at fault. Out of tragedy, people come together in love. And we look at and we point fingers at, but what are we willing to do about? Are we looking at these children and rehabilitating them? Because children grow up. Big people are hurt children in disguise. Where is your thorn in your paw? J. Grant, go home. Which home may that be? Because home is where the heart is. And I'm happy, joyous, and free. How about you? Did you get the memo about say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean? Brainwashed? Yeah, I've washed my brain a couple of times. I don't do toxic anymore. Don't understand priorities. We seem so focused on our own personal comforts. We allow preventable infant mortality in other countries around the world. I have a real problem with that. Thank you, Crystal. That's it. Let them know 3 strikes, and they can be gone. If they want to play in the sandbox, these are the rules. I'm willing to allow First Amendment. You can state your fact, state your piece, but don't come in and throw sand and try to harm. Harm none, do as you will. Yeah, and you don't think that we have? Thank you, Crystal. I'm glad that you put that down. Yeah, I mean, come on, seriously. Judas was one of the 12. So if you're looking at symbolically, and for every 12 you have one Judas, well, how many do you think we have in camp? It's a numbers game. But it's also a spiritual battle. And we know that people are going to come and throw sand. We know some are going to come in and throw wet sandballs. It doesn't mean that we're going to stop building a beautiful sandcastle. And the more that we have, the different talents that we have, the bigger, the better, the more beautiful our earth will be when we don't have tyrannical rule that take away our freedom and tell us how we should and shouldn't be. J. Grant, don't do pharmaceuticals. What is hell? What is hell? Half the streamers are feds, half members of the movement. Poop bucket, did you jump on here just to poop? So we have to scoop? Say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean, 3 strikes, you're out. Okay? Poop up bucket. J. Grant, be nice. Well, 1 in 12. They can go to a place that isn't real popular. Okay, Jacko, what you say? We're the richest country in the world by far, and have been for a very long time, but we rate very low in freedom, happiness, education, healthcare. It is embarrassing, WTF. No, I smoke. I'll smoke, honey. I don't do pharmaceuticals. Will not do pharmaceuticals. Really do need to quit smoking. I was at 3 Mile Island nuclear accident, and there is a increase in thyroid cancer. So it is what it is. I've kept my mouth shut for too long. My throat and my voice has been affected because I haven't been speaking up. I am recuperating from Lyme's disease. Some days are still better than others. So you will hear and see my speech pattern will get better and gets worse, and I have to keep my throat moist and all that good stuff, and that's it. So there you go, poop bucket. A slow pilled outdraw. No, well, I mean, I don't know. Does that mean I also had a stroke also already in the past? You know, that could also be. But I know when I was in the 3rd degree of Lyme's disease, my voice had really gotten bad. My motor skills had really gotten bad. So I'm much better than I was a year ago. When I was diagnosed. So, you know, it is what it is. You point your finger out in judgment, you got 3 folded back at ya. So, judge not lest be judged. If you're talking about my throat, or my voice, or what, my ever, don't bring that lesson upon yourself either. But yeah, that's, my voice is a little bit raspy. And like I said, I do believe that outside manifests as illness within, and I have kept my mouth shut. And even when I've tried to open my mouth, I've kept my mouth shut. So now I'm starting to open my mouth back up again. And I need to find solutions to these problems that we're having in society rather than bitch and moan, especially about things that I have the ability to make a change. So I guess I could really say that what I'm doing is saving up energy in order to do what needs to be done in filing another lawsuit, and that is coming up, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, but we only fail when we quit trying. So as long as we keep trying to be the solution that we wish to see, then, yeah. What kind of solutions do you see? What do you want to talk about? Oh, okay. I know one of the things. We were on the topic of children, and I was saying about children growing up to be adults. And I don't know how many of you are grandparents and know the joy of a child, of being with and loving a child. And when my great-grandmother was in a retirement home, and I would take my 2 youngest boys to go and visit. She was an hour away, and I would go visit at least once a month, which when you're older, a month, you know, I guess in a nursing home it might seem like a long time in between. But it was amazing how the elders would always come and love the kids. You know, I mean, it was that we spent a good bit of time at the nursing home, not just with my great-grandmother and my great-great-aunt, her sister, but also with the other elders. One of the time, we even took the one old man out fishing for his last time. He didn't have family who came and visit. So we took him out to experience it because he could. I mean, my great-grandmother at that point, you know, she was not able to go. She passed when she was 94, almost 95. But I was thinking, wouldn't it be really, really cool if you had these retirement centers that were, if only, you know, by glass partition, whatever, be connected to a child care. A child care center where you could have the elders to love and cuddle the children who crave the love and attention of a grandparent, of a great-grandparent. They need that special love. That way they grow up. Jacko, I could not tell you. I really do not know who is with who. I wanted to get up. They left out on frickin' time. So I didn't get out there. I should have stayed up at 5:30 instead of falling back asleep. And yeah, I missed them. They left on time. I couldn't believe it. So I don't know yeah. I don't know who's with who, or where's where, or any of these above. I stayed out of the meeting last evening, so I could honestly say I did not know what the agenda was this morning. You missed the, what is that? I'm seeing blue. You missed the blue what? Looks like her. She looks good. Yeah, Rose is looking good. Still can't tell you if it is. Still can't tell you if it's a female or a male. I don't know. Hey, would that be fireworks? No, I didn't. Well, I don't know if there is fireworks down there today, but I know we had some really, really cool fireworks Friday evening. They lasted like almost an hour, and you really didn't have to wait long in between. I do have some videos that I should put up of the excitement, because people really did have a lot of fun. They was definitely celebrating the 4th. It was really a great family reunion, seeing people that we had met along the way, who had joined along the way, and who rode along the way, that have come in. My bing bing, bing. I don't know if my bells, you can hear them on my headphones or not. Well, there are some God-fearing people. There are some in spirituality